Your option to buy an affordable Chinese-made electric vehicle is tonight under threat.
This is probably by far the more important BYD model we're going to see today. It's not actually new, it's been out for a little while in the Chinese market. This is the BYD Seagull.
The electric vehicle revolution is about to get even more dramatic. BYD's latest announcement, the $7,799 Mini EV, is stirring up major hype with claims that it will completely disrupt the entire EV industry. But let's slow down and take a deeper look. While the excitement is real, the question remains, can this tiny car truly destroy the competition? BYD Seagull, the $7,799 game changer. You walk into a car dealership with less than $8,000. You drive out with a brand new electric car.
Android Auto is on, but it does rotate. That's actually pretty nifty.
That's exactly what BYD made possible with the Seagull. At 55,800 RMB, $7,770, this isn't some stripped-down golf cart. It's a real car with real features that costs less than a decent used Honda Civic. Think about it. Your iPhone probably cost more than this entire vehicle. The market went absolutely crazy. Over 400,000 people bought one this year alone. That's not a fluke. That's a revolution happening in real time. Here's where things get wild. The Seagull doesn't just look like a proper car, it performs like one too. BYD stuffed their famous Blade battery inside this tiny machine. This isn't your grandfather's car battery. Engineers literally hammered nails through it, crushed it with trucks, and set it on fire. It didn't explode. It didn't even smoke. You get two choices. The smaller battery gives you 305 kilometers of range. The bigger one pushes that to 405 kilometers. Either way, you're looking at serious daily driving capability. But here's the kicker: 0 to 50 kilometers per hour in 4.9 seconds. That's faster than most gas cars were doing just 10 years ago. Top speed hits 130 km/h, which is plenty for highway merging and city driving. Need to charge? Plug into a DC fast charger and go from 30% to 80% in half an hour. Grab a coffee, check your emails, and you're back on the road. Walk up to the Seagull and LED headlights greet you. Not halogen bulbs like most cheap cars. Actual LEDs. The alloy wheels look sporty. The body lines flow smoothly. Open the door and prepare for a shock. A massive 12.8-inch touchscreen dominates the dashboard. This isn't some basic radio.
This one actually has distinction over its bigger brother. And here's a little fun fact about BYD's design.
It's a full smart car system with wireless charging built right in. Your phone connects automatically. The best part? The car updates itself overnight. Just like your smartphone, it gets better while you sleep. These features normally show up in $30,000 plus vehicles. BYD crammed them all into a sub-$8,000 package. That's not just impressive engineering. That's a complete reimagining of what's possible in affordable transportation. No wonder the entire auto industry is scrambling to catch up. BYD's competitive advantages. The secret sauce behind the $7,000 car. Ever wonder how BYD builds a fully loaded electric car for the price of a fancy motorcycle? The answer isn't magic, it's strategy. They make everything themselves. Most car companies are basically assembly shops. Tesla buys batteries from Panasonic. Ford gets chips from suppliers across the globe. Volkswagen sources motors from specialty manufacturers. BYD does something completely different. They make their own batteries. They design their own motors. They write their own software. They even manufacture their own computer chips. This isn't just about being self-sufficient. It's about control and cost. When Tesla wants to change something, they have to negotiate with suppliers. When BYD wants to innovate, they walk down the hall. No middleman, no markup, no delays. The numbers prove it works. BYD is ramping up to produce 5 million EVs annually by 2025. That's not a wish. That's a factory plan already in motion. Here's where BYD really separates itself from the pack. While everyone else uses expensive nickel manganese cobalt batteries, BYD went with lithium iron phosphate. Sounds boring, right? Wrong. This choice is brilliant. LFP batteries are cheaper to make. They're also incredibly safe. Remember those viral videos of phone batteries exploding? That doesn't happen with BYD's Blade battery. They proved it publicly. Engineers drove nails through the battery. They crushed it with heavy machinery. They literally set it on fire. Nothing, no explosion, no toxic smoke, just a battery that kept working. The performance speaks for itself. 140 to 160 watt-hours per kilogram of power density, 8 to 10 years of reliable life. That's serious engineering at budget prices. BYD's e-Platform 3.0 is their masterstroke. Think of it like smartphone architecture, one design that powers multiple devices. This skateboard platform puts the battery, motor, and controller in one integrated package. Everything talks to everything else seamlessly. No compatibility issues, no integration headaches. The manufacturing benefits are huge. One production line can build compact cars, SUVs, or delivery trucks. Same basic platform, different body styles. This scalability is why BYD can offer premium features at budget prices. They're not building one car, they're building a system that makes thousands of different vehicles possible. That's not just competitive advantage, that's competitive dominance. Market impact analysis. Reality versus hype. Let's cut through the clickbait. BYD didn't destroy the EV industry. They did something arguably more important. They made electric cars affordable for regular people. For years, EVs were toys for the wealthy. Tesla Model S buyers had six-figure incomes. Even affordable EVs started at $25,000. BYD smashed that barrier with a sledgehammer. The $7,700 Seagull proved something critics said was impossible. You can build a real EV with real features at a real-world price. No compromises on safety, no skimping on technology. The industry noticed immediately. Tesla suddenly started talking about their $25,000 Model 2 again. Volkswagen accelerated their budget EV timeline. Hyundai began scrambling for cheaper battery suppliers. BYD chose volume over profit margins. They're not trying to maximize profit per car. They're trying to put as many EVs on roads as possible. It's working. Here's where the hype train goes off the rails. The Seagull isn't competing with every car ever made. Want to haul a boat? The Seagull can't help you. Need 7 seats for your family? Look elsewhere. Planning a cross-country road trip? You'll want something bigger. The Seagull is a city car, a commuter vehicle, a second car for many families. That's a huge market, but it's not the entire market. Tesla still owns the premium EV space. Mercedes and BMW aren't worried about luxury sales. Ford's F-150 Lightning targets truck buyers who wouldn't consider a compact hatchback. Different cars serve different needs. The Seagull creates a new category. It doesn't eliminate existing ones. BYD's success story has one major plot twist. Most of those 400,000 sales happened in China. Chinese consumers know BYD. They trust the brand. They have charging infrastructure that supports the Seagull's range and charging speed. Export markets tell a different story. European safety regulations are stricter. American consumers prefer larger vehicles. Indian buyers worry about service networks. Brand perception matters too. Made in China still carries baggage in many markets. Fair or not, that's reality. Then there are the practical barriers. Tariffs, shipping costs, dealer networks, service centers, currency fluctuations. BYD is expanding globally, but slowly. Success in Shanghai doesn't guarantee success in Stockholm or San Francisco. The Seagull is genuinely disruptive, but disruption and destruction are different things. One creates change, the other implies endings. The EV industry isn't ending, it's just getting more interesting. Competitive landscape response. Elon Musk has been promising a $25,000 Tesla for years. The Model 2 was supposed to revolutionize affordable EVs. Instead, it's stuck in development hell, while BYD ships actual cars at a third of that price. Tesla faces a brutal choice: drop prices and damage their premium brand image, or watch BYD capture the mass market they've been promising to serve. The company is doubling down on technology instead. Autonomous driving features, supercharger networks, battery efficiency improvements. These advantages are real, but they don't help someone who just wants cheap transportation. Tesla built their brand on being the future of driving. BYD is proving the future might be more practical than glamorous. Volkswagen thought they were being aggressive with their ID series. Base models start around $25,000. That seemed reasonable until BYD made it look overpriced by almost 3 times. The German automaker is trapped by their own supply chain. They buy batteries from suppliers. They source motors from partners. Every component has markup built in. BYD makes everything themselves. Hyundai and Kia face an even tougher challenge. Their EVs start at $40,000. Beautiful cars with impressive technology, but they're playing in a completely different league than the Seagull. These companies spent decades perfecting their supplier relationships. Now, those relationships are becoming liabilities. You can't compete on price when every part comes with someone else's profit margin attached. Tata Motors dominated India's affordable EV market until now. Their Tiago EV seemed reasonably priced at 7 lakh rupees. Then BYD proved you could build something better for less money. If the Seagull reaches India, Tata will need to completely rethink their strategy. Their current approach of basic EVs at moderate prices won't survive against advanced EVs at lower prices. MG Motor talks a big game about competing with BYD, but they lack the production capacity and integrated manufacturing that makes BYD's pricing possible. They're buying components from the same suppliers everyone else uses. European brands face a different problem. Chinese EVs are flooding their home markets. Peugeot, Renault, and Fiat built their reputations on affordable city cars. Now, Chinese companies are beating them at their own game. The response so far has been mostly panic and press releases. What's missing are actual competitive products at competitive prices. BYD didn't just build a cheap car, they built a manufacturing system that others can't easily copy. That's the real competitive advantage, and it's why everyone else is scrambling to catch up. The Made in China quality question. Let's address the elephant in the room. When people hear Made in China, they often think cheap plastic toys and products that break after a week. This reputation isn't entirely unfair. For decades, China focused on being the world's low-cost manufacturer. Quality was secondary to price, but that was then. Today's China builds iPhones, Tesla Model Ys, and advanced semiconductors. The manufacturing capability exists. The question is whether consumers believe it. BYD faces this perception battle head-on. They're not just selling cars, they're selling trust in Chinese automotive engineering. Every recall, every safety issue, every quality complaint gets magnified because of lingering stereotypes. The company is fighting back with transparency. They invite journalists to tour factories. They publish safety test results. They showcase their vertical integration as a quality advantage, not just a cost-cutting measure. But changing minds takes time, especially when you're asking people to trust their family's safety to a brand they've never heard of. BYD's Blade battery technology represents a crucial turning point. This isn't about copying Western designs or cutting corners. It's genuine innovation that surpasses established competitors. The public safety demonstrations weren't just marketing stunts. They were necessary proof that Chinese engineering could exceed global standards. When your battery survives being pierced, crushed, and burned while competitors' batteries explode, that sends a message. The technology credentials keep building. BYD's batteries power not just their own cars, but vehicles from other manufacturers. Their charging systems meet international standards. Their software receives over-the-air updates, just like premium brands. This isn't about being good enough for the price. It's about being genuinely better in key areas. European safety regulators don't care about stereotypes. They test every vehicle rigorously. BYD's cars are passing these tests and earning safety certifications across multiple markets. Real-world performance data tells the story too. BYD vehicles in Europe and other export markets show reliability figures that match or exceed established brands. The cars work as advertised. Consumer feedback from early adopters is generally positive. Range estimates prove accurate. Build quality meets expectations. The technology functions reliably. The Made in China stigma isn't disappearing overnight, but BYD is systematically addressing every concern with evidence rather than promises. They're not asking consumers to trust the brand, they're earning that trust through performance. Quality perception follows quality reality. BYD seems to understand this better than most Chinese manufacturers trying to expand globally. Market reality check. The Seagull's $11,000 price point doesn't destroy competitors, it forces them to innovate. Traditional automakers are now streamlining manufacturing. They're investing more in battery technology. They're rethinking cost structures. This pressure historically drives breakthroughs rather than market collapse. The car market serves many different needs. The Seagull targets budget-conscious city drivers. Luxury brands still serve premium customers. Manufacturers develop specialized vehicles for commercial use and rural areas. The Seagull creates a new segment. It doesn't eliminate existing ones. BYD's battery technology raises industry standards. Competitors are accelerating their research investments. This leads to faster innovation across the sector. Consumers benefit from better products and lower prices. The Seagull's small size limits its appeal. It works well in cities, but not for larger families. Many consumers need bigger vehicles for work or personal use. The Seagull works for city driving. Its range limits long-distance travel. This creates natural market boundaries. The Seagull needs charging stations to be effective. Infrastructure varies dramatically by region. This limits global reach. Different countries have different safety standards. Trade barriers complicate expansion. Success in China doesn't guarantee success elsewhere. Charging networks develop at different speeds. Some regions have better infrastructure than others. This affects adoption rates. Price isn't everything. Consumers care about brand reputation. They want specific features. Cultural factors influence buying decisions. These create natural market segments that limit any single car's dominance. The Seagull's success is pushing every automaker toward cheaper electric vehicles. Ford is developing budget models. General Motors is cutting production costs. Tesla is working on a $25,000 car. This creates an industry-wide race to the bottom on pricing. BYD controls its entire supply chain from batteries to final assembly. Other manufacturers are copying this approach. They're buying battery companies. They're building their own charging networks. This reduces dependence on suppliers and cuts costs. The Seagull uses lithium iron phosphate batteries. These are cheaper and safer than other types. Competitors are investing heavily in similar technologies. Research focuses on reducing costs while maintaining performance and safety standards. More companies entering the budget EV space means better choices for buyers. Competition drives down prices across all segments. Consumers benefit from improved features at lower costs. Cheaper electric vehicles make them accessible to more people. Countries with lower incomes can afford electric transportation. This accelerates global EV adoption beyond wealthy markets. The market is splitting into clear segments: budget cars for city driving, premium vehicles for luxury buyers, commercial vehicles for businesses. Each segment serves specific customer needs. Selling cars for $11,000 leaves little room for profit. Companies need volume to make money. This model works only with massive scale and efficient operations. Mass production at low prices risks quality problems. Companies must balance cost-cutting with reliability. Poor quality damages brand reputation and customer trust. Low-cost models generate less profit for research investment. Companies need profits to fund future technologies. Too much cost-cutting can hurt long-term competitiveness and innovation capabilities. Separating signal from noise. BYD created an $11,000 electric vehicle that actually works. This price point opens electric cars to millions of new buyers. The achievement is real and significant. The Seagull combines decent range with essential features at breakthrough pricing. BYD solved complex engineering challenges to deliver this value proposition. Every automaker now faces pressure to match BYD's pricing. This forces strategic changes across the industry. Markets adapt rather than collapse. The seagull creates competition that improves the entire industry. Different buyers want different things. Premium brands still serve luxury customers. Commercial vehicles serve business needs. Regulations vary by country. Infrastructure differs by region. Consumer preferences change by culture. The shift toward affordable electric vehicles was already happening. BYD accelerated this trend dramatically. Lower prices mean more people can buy electric cars. This expands the market beyond wealthy early adopters. Competitors are responding with innovation and cost reduction. This benefits consumers through better products and lower prices. The automotive industry isn't fragile. It's survived massive disruptions before. The transition from horses to cars didn't destroy transportation. It improved it. The shift from manual to automatic transmissions didn't kill car companies. It made driving easier. Now, electric vehicles are creating the next evolution. BYD's success forces uncomfortable questions. Can Western automakers match these prices? Will they need to completely restructure operations? Some companies will struggle. Others will adapt and thrive. This is how markets work. The real winners are consumers. More electric vehicle choices at lower prices, better technology across all brands, faster charging networks, improved battery life. Competition drives all these benefits. Manufacturing jobs will shift. Some factories will close. New ones will open. Workers will need retraining. Governments will need new policies. These changes create short-term pain, but long-term benefits. BYD didn't destroy the automotive industry. They reset the competitive landscape. Every company must now prove their value beyond just making cars. Customer service matters more. Brand reputation becomes crucial. Innovation separates winners from losers. Destruction sells better than evolution. Apocalypse gets more clicks than adaptation. But reality rarely matches the most dramatic predictions. Smart companies are already responding. Tesla is developing cheaper models. Ford is cutting production costs. Volkswagen is restructuring operations. The industry is adapting, not dying. BYD deserves credit for breakthrough achievement. Their engineering and pricing represent genuine innovation, but one company cannot destroy an entire global industry overnight. Markets are more resilient than headlines suggest. What do you think about BYD's impact on the automotive industry? Are you excited about more affordable electric vehicles, or do you have concerns about this rapid market shift? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss how these changes might affect your next car purchase. Don't forget to subscribe for more automotive industry analysis that cuts through the hype to deliver the facts you need.